The following contest from Denver, Colorado. Weighing in at Little Howie Gone.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this, episode like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community, and the fam out there appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits, what's up, man? Don Chaos, what's up? It's your boy, Brother Lynch, and we out here tonight. Let's
Fuego Flays and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here, my boy. Excuse the left, excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? How is everyone on this lovely Thursday? You know, we are, of course, this is the Hours of Chaos podcast. This is episode 193, y'all. Episode 193. We are on the road to the 200th episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast. And you know, we are always live every Thursday, always around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, if you don't know, you should know. To anyone who's new, tuning into the show, thank you. Welcome to the show. Hopefully, just, kick back, relax, light something, drink something, smoke something, do whatever you want. Of course, tonight, we are going to be joined by one of my favorite artists that's currently in the game right now. This dude is called Smilezz. This dude, y'all, is phenomenal. And we are actually going to play some of his music tonight for you guys to hear. Of course, make sure you're following the links down in the description for the social media links for our guests for the night, as well as your boys' social medias, as well as Lady Chaos's social medias as well. Eventually, I'm going to update the intro a little bit to the show, like maybe add some pics of me and the missus into the intro. What is up, Charles Reeves? What's good? Yeah, the footage I've seen from Grin Smilezz, he very puts good on a live show. I would definitely love to see Grin Smilezz live down here in Florida. So Grim Smilezz, when we get you on the show, I'll pretty much tell you the plan of what I have to do, but I'll still tell you, for those that don't know, I'm slowly trying to put together an annual event, and it's going to always be like a charity event, and then acts come and perform for a good charity every year, and it's just always for a good cause. Spreading that good karma, hence why the event is going to be called Karma Fest. So yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's go ahead and bring our guests on the show. Also, there's links down to where you can pick up your official Dawn Chaos merch, as well as Carnival Spirits merch, as well as Grim Smilezz merch. So, of course, I did my latest collab project with the one and only. Let me pull it up. Did I bring up the... Yes. This is my newest collab, so go check it out. My newest design. I told people I was going to start doing collab designs with people, like for people that have their own clothing brands, and this is one of the first of many different collab projects. So if you guys are artists and you want to do artwork for your boy as collaboration, let me know. But this is the newest Dawn Chaos logo. There's links to where you can go pick it up. And it comes in 3 colors: black, blue, and purple. Hell yeah, so let's go ahead and send the link and bring our guest on. Again, make sure you guys are sharing this all over social media. Make sure in the chat you're using the official Dawn Chaos, Cult of Chaos emojis, as well as hashtag Underground Unity. I want to see a hashtag Grim Smilezz as well. Shouts to the Catacombs. If you guys don't know what the Catacombs is, the underground catacombs, you should know. You should. Just saying. All right, let's go ahead and bring our guests on. Okay, sorry, y'all. I just muted my own mic. My bad. My bad. My bad. You fucked up. You fucked up. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Hashtag sus. Hashtag sus, y'all. Somewhere in an alternate universe, there might be an alternate universe. Who knows? Man, you guys are lit tonight. I love it. So as we wait for our guests, how is everyone tonight? Hopefully y'all are good. Yes, it's a cherry Coke, Shanzi. Yes. Because cherry Coke is lit. It's lit, fam. Yeah, Charles Reeves is the one. He actually helped. That clip that you guys see at the very beginning of the intro, that was actually done by Charles Reeves in the chat to add to the intro to the show. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Our guest is waiting in the green room. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, for the first time on the Hours of Chaos podcast, please welcome Grim Smilezz.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Man, that shit had like a million hoops to jump through to get into this motherfucker.
Yep, gotta love technology, right?
So how you been, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Can't complain. Just knocking out more music, keeping that grind going.
That's all you gotta do these days.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all over there.
Hell yeah. So what we do, like when we have our guests on, you just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been doing music, and then, yeah, we will ask with the questions.
I'm Grim Smilezz. I'm from Baltimore. I started doing shit, back in like the early 2000s, and then took some reprieves due to jail incarcerations and all that shit. And finally, I got back at it like right around COVID shit.
Oh, yeah. And how did you come up with the name Grim Smilezz, or did you go by other names before that?
Oh, before that, I was part of a group called Killer Society, and I went by Delinquent. I was young as shit, and I ain't young no more. So I was trying to think of what to rebrand when I was deciding to do music again. And me and my buddy we were tripping face one night, sitting in my living room watching videos. And he said something, and I looked at him with like this half smile, half mug, like eerie as fuck. And he was like, "Yo, that's the grimmest smile I've ever seen in my life." And I was like, "Bro, that's it. That's the fucking name right there."
Oh yeah. So what actually got you to writing, wanting to write music and want to take it seriously?
Well, I started writing in middle school lockup. Yeah, basically just trying to pass the time, give me something to not lose my mind over while I was doing that shit. And when I got out, I did the whole juvie life shit. When I came home at 18, I linked up with the other dudes from Killer Society, and I started doing shit with them. We was going hard, doing 3-4 shows a month out Baltimore. We was doing our thing, and then just in a turmoil between us, bickering and whatnot, it caused us to separate some. And I fell back from it. They kept at it for a while. I started having kids, trying to raise all that. Couldn't stay out of prison. Had a bunch of bullshit happen. I mean, that's how life goes.
Hell yeah. And when If you can remember, what was like the first rhyme that you wrote? Like, what was the subject matter, or was it just something off the top of the head?
Yeah, the first thing I ever actually wrote was for this song called Body Bag Phyllis. Like that I fully full on wrote. Like when I was young, I didn't really like back in middle school and shit, I didn't really know how bar concepts really like I couldn't do the structure right. Shit was so I don't consider that really writing. I just considered that like trying to.
Basically just having fun, fucking around.
Right. That was the first joint I actually ever took the time and really like wrote was this Killer Society song called Body Bag Phyllis. It was the first thing I did with them. And it was like 9 of us on this fucking song. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah. What was some of like your musical like influences? Like if you could remember, what's like the first song you remember that like grasped your attention to music in general, where you're like, what is this?
Well, back in the day, like you see, I grew up. I was born in '85. Like I've always been a fan of hip hop. The first cassette that I was ever given, my uncle bought me the fucking Whoop There It Is cassette when I was in kindergarten, and I played the ever loving fuck out of that. But what got me to what really starting like I started listening to Bone Thugs back in the early 90s before I started listening to ICP back in like fucking probably like 4th, 5th, 6th grade. And I used to like, you know what I'm saying, just I would memorize the songs and I could keep up with them. And I was like, man, I should probably try to do this sometime.
Yeah, Bone Thugs, when they first came out, those dudes were unique. And that's one thing I loved about hip hop back in the day is there was a lot of individuality. Everyone had their own sound and unique style. Now that's actually starting to come back, the individuality.
Yeah. And that's what needs to come back. There's too many people that want to sound like everybody else.
Exactly. And what was like music that you also heard, like probably growing up, like in your household? Like I know a lot of people, some of the first music they also hear was like what their parents were listening to. Like me, it was a lot of like classic rock, like because my parents like, like Beatles, Black Sabbath.
My mom liked classic rock and like 80s hair metal bands and shit and some country. And the dude that stepped in as my pops and raised me, he listened to he listened to a lot of like gangster rap, like 2 Live Crew, Uncle Luke, MC Light, like a whole bunch of fucking like everything, like Snoop. He put me on like game on all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy mixture because he had a 5-disc CD changer, and it'd be a random shit. There'd be like a Kenny Rogers CD in there, a 2 Live Crew CD in there. Like it'd just be like random, and he'd just hit the button and be like, whatever it stops on is what it's gonna play.
Yeah, that was like that with me. It was all classic rock, like Black Sabbath. Like I love Black Sabbath. That's like my all-time favorite band.
Hell yeah. Hey, Black Sabbath is dope. I would have to say from back then, my favorite band from back that genre would be Led Zeppelin.
Yes, that's one of mine too. My dad loves Zeppelin. Let's see, what else do we? And if you could like, let's see, what kind of questions can we ask? Oh yeah, what was like your first ever show that you actually performed?
It was at the Thunderdome in like, what was that, late 2003, early 2004, somewhere around then. It was in South Baltimore on Hanover Street in Brooklyn. My homeboy's mom let us do this. She let us set up a Juggalo night there, and we bring motherfuckers from all over. Like back then, Bad Luck was still with Medulla, and they would come down from Delaware with all those guys. Like, we packed that motherfucking club out. Like the Juggalo scene in Baltimore back then was fucking great. Like, hey, we packed like all the motherfuckers from Dundalk and like all the different counties would flock to that motherfucker.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't realize like the Juggalo scene, especially on the East Coast, like is pretty lit.
Nowadays, not so much as it used to be. Back then, it was the heyday of it for real.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing we'll also ask, what we usually ask our guests. How's the underground scene like in your area or in general, like the local scene?
Well, the people I do shit with now, Humble Hoodlums Entertainment, like those guys, they'll put on like a show like what, once a month, maybe once every 2 months, and every time the bitch, like there's at least fucking 30, 40 people in that bitch, like enjoying yourselves, like 30, 40 people other than the artists themselves, is what I mean. Like, Dead Canvas will come out and set up sometimes and sell merch and shit and fucking canvases and shit. Like, we have a nice little scene.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing I've always loved about the underground scene is it's like always tight knit. Like there's people that collab together, and then people like help put each other on. Like Scum, for example, whenever he's not performing, he's actually in the crowd observing the performances too, because he's a very respectful dude.
Yep, I've noticed that about him.
And if you can remember, what was like the first like Insane Clown Posse song that you like heard that grasped your attention?
I was in middle school lockup. A buddy of mine that had just moved to the day school program, he was like, man, he's like, this cassette tape helped me get through my residential stay. And it was just a random black cassette tape with tape on it. Like he had recorded himself. And I got back to my cell that night and I popped it in my headphones. And the first thing that popped on was Hocus Pocus. And I was like, holy shit, what is this?
Yeah, that's how I was when I first heard him. I mean, I was already hearing hip hop back in the day, but when I heard that, I'm like, wow, this is different.
I went home on a weekend pass like 2 months later, and I showed the cassette to my older brother, and he was like, man, you're just now finding out about these guys? And he gave me a OG Riddlebox cassette tape. He was like, you can have this, take this back with you. And then I came home, was probably like another 5-6 months later. I came home on a weekend pass right before my birthday, and well, not too long before my birthday. It was like end of summer. And they surprised me with my first ever show, which was the Great Malenko tour at Daytona Party Warehouse in Pasadena. That shit was so fucking great.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't even realize, even back in like the days, like I'm currently living down here in Florida, but I always heard stories of people that used to say back in the 90s up to like 2012, the Juggalo scene down here in Florida was crazy lit.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard stories about that shit. And dude, I was listening when you were talking about that annual event you want to put together. I would love to come down to Florida. I got friends down there, like fucking me and Sleep Lyrical have been talking about wanting to do a fight something video. That right there is worth coming to Florida.
Oh, well, if you need someone in the video, I'm down to be in it.
Bet.
Because I have this like funny persona thing that I'm coming up with, like where I just randomly pop up in like people's like random videos, and I'm like doing this, like I'm like the puppet master, and that's like my gimmick.
That's dope.
But yeah, Florida's really good. They're like, I've been down here since May, and I really love it. Like I tell people, yes, it gets hot down here in the summer, but once fall and winter hits, it's really nice and cool down here.
Yeah, that's what my boy Rob was saying.
And I actually put up with the humidity. It's not really as bad. Like,
yo,
from
the
Colorado,
humidity
they
here
say
gets bad.
you don't do well in the humidity, but I tolerate it.
Man, the humidity here gets fucking bad. So I already deal with that.
Like the worst place where I've dealt with humidity was Ohio, and then before that would probably be Kansas State. Whew.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the heat in Oklahoma. Like the gathering sucked, but the heat wasn't bad. Like everybody was complaining. I'm like, bro, I'm fat as fuck and I'm barely sweating. Eat a dick.
So yeah, like since you told us your first show was the Great Malenko tour, tell us how that was. Like, how was the experience when you first met? Like, I know some people go to a show and they don't
amazing.
know what they're expecting, but I went into a show knowing what I was getting into, and I still had fun.
But I had no idea about like them throwing soda. I didn't know about any of that. Like that shit was fucking great. Like, dude, I get there, like they didn't tell me where we were going until we got there. Like we get there and like we're walking to the nightclub. We caught a bus and then we started walking. We're walking down Fort Smallwood Road and we get close and he's like, yo, you see everybody? And I look and there's a line of people from the front of the building wrapping around the whole front and around the side. And this building was fucking huge and everybody was painted up. And I was like, I looked at the billboard and I looked at them. I was like, are you fucking serious right now? I was like, this is the shit. Like, yeah, we went the fuck off that night. It was great. My buddy's mom worked at that place, so like the same person that actually let us book the Juggalo nights in Brooklyn, like she worked at that club like back then when I was that young. Like she hooked us up that night.
Yeah. Yeah, I've even I took my mom to a clown show, and she had the best time of her life.
Hell yeah.
She was like, "Now I see why you enjoy this shit. It's a very good live show." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Right.
Like, I remember the one time when I seen him in Denver, and this was during DCG Con, and the second they started playing The Greatest Show, me and my homeboy Shanzi just started hyping the fuck out because that song is so dope. And at that time, when I knew about ICP back in those days, when they did the stuff with WWE, I didn't know they were a group at the time. I thought they were like a wrestling tag team.
Oh, shit.
And then I started hearing about them more in their music in school. I'm like, wait, those are the dudes that were on wrestling? Oh, they're rappers? Okay.
Yeah. Dude, it blew my mind the first time I seen them on the wrestling shit. I was like, what? I was like, what are they doing there? It made me start watching wrestling. I wasn't a fan of wrestling. Like I was, and then I stopped watching it. And then they started wrestling. Like I was like, man, that's it. I'm watching this. I got to see the oddities every weekend.
Exactly. And that's how I am. That's why I tell people, me being a juggalo and a wrestling fan, like, went hand in hand. It's like both those things came as one thing now.
Right.
Like, my favorite wrestlers back in the day, I remember very vividly the first wrestlers I ever got into back in the day was Undertaker and Razor Ramon.
Yeah, Razor Ramon was dope. And then, like, his progression throughout the years was crazy.
Yep, R.I.P. Scott Hall.
Real shit. Dude, I got to see Mankind not too long ago. A buddy of mine that's part of Humble Hoodlums Entertainment, he's a sponsored wrestler. And he travels around. He travels with the company he's with. And they were doing an event locally with Mankind. With fucking, so we went out. I took my 13-year-old to go see him. And bro, you could tell he had taken way too many blows to the head. It was bad. It was kind of sad to see.
Yeah, I heard his stand-up comedy is really funny.
That's what I heard. I ain't seen a stand-up. I did, what I do gotta say, he came out acting all weird, and then he went back. When it was time for some action, though, he came running out of nowhere and fucking sockoed the shit out of the ref.
Nice. Yeah, Mick Foley is very underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
I still remember, like, that vividly, the match when he had Undertaker, when he got thrown off the cell. He looked like he was fucking dead.
Yeah, that looked like it was over for him.
JR, of course, did his whole thing. He was like, oh my God, that killed him.
They did that so much back then. I think he broke his neck.
Yeah, they didn't hold anything back once the Attitude Era started. And when you had JR and King, their commentary was so funny. Like, JR would be like, Triple H, that son of a bitch. And what would actually be like if you could like choose, what are your top like 5 albums that like changed your life? And it could be like a whole variety.
Oh, let's see. Definitely got to start it off with East 1999. Got to start it off with that.
Yeah.
And let's just go straight in order. East 1999 to Riddlebox. Because Great Milenko was great, but when I heard that cassette from Riddlebox, like, that's what solidified me. Like, I liked Great Milenko, but Riddlebox I fucking loved. I loved every fucking bit of it.
Same here.
And let's see, from there, I have to jump all the way up to probably about like 2007 when Rituals of Battle dropped from Army of the Pharaohs. Because that whole album, fucking amazing front to back.
Yeah, Army of the Pharaohs, like, all that stuff, Jedi Mind Tricks, all that stuff. That's my shit.
Yes, I love that shit.
Immortal Technique, that dude is a beast.
Always has been.
I saw him at the Gallery in 2018, and he is very good live. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Dude, the first time I got to see him was at a college in Baltimore. It was Loyola College. And, he killed the shit out of that.
Oh, yeah. And what are some of, like, your top, like, movies that you can always watch and never get tired of watching?
Original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely. Natural Born Killers.
Mhm.
Fucking Dazed and Confused. Fucking How High. Like fucking Big Money Hustlers. I've watched that a million times and I can watch that always.
Fuck yeah. Like there's a lot of movies that've been out for years that I probably remember seeing, but I don't remember. Like my fiance finally has shown me Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this, but first time I seen it, God, I could not stop laughing.
Now, yeah, dude, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is always going to be, you know what I'm saying, one of the, like, my top 10 movies, period.
I was like,
And
wow, Johnny Depp and
I agree
that
with
dude
Charles
are
over
so
there in
funny.
the chat. You should have Candy on, yo. She is nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad Johnny Depp won that case because that man is a talented actor.
Oh, he didn't deserve none of that bullshit that she put him through. None of it.
Nope. I was like, you're going to try to ruin one of the greatest actors in our generation? That dude's a chameleon. You put him in any role, he can nail it.
He will knock it out of the park any given day of the fucking week. It was a fucking complete shame what they were doing to that man and ruining his career and his legacy and shit. It was so sad to fucking see. It was great to see him justified at the end, though.
Exactly. Like there's these memes going around. They are so funny. It says all the villains that Jack Sparrow has defeated, and then the last one shows his wife. I always said that Johnny Depp should actually, I could see him playing the Joker. I could just see it.
Oh, yeah. I think he would do a great job.
And if not the Joker, I think he would play a good Riddler. I could see that too.
Yeah, definitely. Because Jim Carrey ain't up to the task no more.
Originally, a lot of people don't know this, but originally before Jim Carrey, Robin Williams was supposed to play that role.
Now that would have been great to see.
Which I could see it too, because Robin Williams did play in a movie where he was like a deranged serial killer and he was like psychotic.
Yeah.
Another actor that went away too soon. Another very talented actor, Robin Williams.
Too many motherfuckers have died way too soon.
Mm-hmm. And when you do go do shows in other states, like what would you recommend for like artists or people that are going to those states or cities? Like what's a good restaurant that you have to always try when you're like in town in another city?
I always wing it. Like I'll get there and I'll ask like locals. Like when the last time we did something like that, me and my buddy Knowledge that was in the chat and Wise Words and a few of us went up to Jersey to do a grind mode, and we got up with Gibby and he showed us to this fucking this sub shop, and it looked like a brick deli, and it was one of the most amazing Italian cold cuts I've ever had.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good restaurants like locally down here in Florida. Like there's like an all-you-can-eat just Southern buffet, like all-you-can-eat grits, all-you-can-eat biscuits and gravy.
Now that would be my spot.
Or when you go there for breakfast, all-you-can-eat like French toast. And just the Waffle Houses down here taste a lot better. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but Waffle House down in the South tastes a lot better.
Yo, the Waffle House by me, I don't know if it's the same down there, but the Waffle House by me, it only has like maybe 10 things on the fucking menu anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you could go in there and get a breakfast bowl with like grits, sausage, and everything in it, or you can get waffles and like there's like a few other options, but that's it. Like it's so minimal. Like I remember back in the day going in there and getting like Philly cheese melts and shit like that. You can't, none of that. None of it's on the menu.
Yeah, or you could get like not just waffles, but you could get like the strawberries and whipped cream and stuff on them.
Yeah, that shit's wild. Yeah, but most of the time when I'm in the Midwest, we don't have White Castle out here. I fucking love White Castle. So when I'm out that way, if there's a White Castle, I'm going to fucking White Castle.
Same here. That's what me and my homies did when we were like at the gathering last year. Since there's a White Castle not too far from Legend Battle,
yeah.
like, we're going to fucking White Castle.
It's the way to do it.
And then me and my homie Shanzi and my homegirl Roxy, like it was all late at night. We're in Detroit and we're like drunk and stoned, and we're like, dude, let's go get White Castle.
Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I actually went to Detroit last year for the first time, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I went to Detroit right after COVID started opening up again. Like right after shit started open, I went out there and opened for Sloan Bone at fucking John Hollywood's birthday party and shit. That shit was pretty fun. Except for they dicked they dicked Will Gates out of his time. He was pretty mad about that.
Right?
Sloan didn't want to be there no more. The club, it was getting packed in VIP, and he wanted out. He went to the promoter and was like, "Put me on stage, or I'm leaving."
I don't blame him there.
Right? And Gates was just about to go on. They took the mic straight from him and gave it to Sloan, and then told him after Sloan went up that there wasn't enough time for him. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Hell yeah. And what's probably one of the best venues where you performed or even events that you've played at?
Let's see. My favorite venue would have to be Carl's Tavern. I just went out there and did that Sam Hain show, and the sound there is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah. I hear that a lot, too, from people say that Carl's Tavern is a very good venue.
Yeah, the bar area itself could be bigger, like for more of a crowd to be in there. But like, yo, the stage setup and the sound is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But out this way, I would have to say Phantom Power. They have an amazing setup. Like their stage is dope as fuck, and then they have like an overlooking balcony that you can like. I'm saying you can literally like stand on a speaker and reach up and give someone $5 if they're leaning over the rail. Like it's pretty dope. We opened for Cottonmouth Kings there. Well, basically, like, I guess you would say just D-Lope now, even though they're calling it Cottonmouth Kings.
Right.
Me and Knowledge and them opened for them there. And fucking, he was climbing on the fucking second floor railing, just like hanging off of it while doing his shit. And shit, that venue is like fucking lit as shit.
Yeah, some of my favorite venues back home in Colorado is, of course, the Roxy Theater. Very good venue. Shouts to Scum. What up, bro? Let's see what else. The Gothic Theater back in that day was really lit. Down in Colorado Springs, there's the Black Sheep. I've seen quite a few like underground shows down there. Like I went and seen ICP during Fury Fest there, and when I saw Mushroom Head, the lead singer, and there's like a billboard in the parking lot of the venue. He gets on the billboard and he's like rocking out while hanging on the billboard. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, one of my favorite venues that I used to love performing at that's no longer there is it was called Sonar. It was in Baltimore, and that place was fucking great. Like the sound there was great, the stage was great, the fucking green room VIP area was dope as shit. Like all the staff there was awesome. I loved that place.
Yeah. And then my final favorite one, it doesn't matter who you go see at this place, but no, you got to at least go to this venue a few times, and that's Red Rocks. Red Rocks is a phenomenal venue.
I haven't got to go there myself, but my buddy went there and fucking for that Jelly Roll joint, and he filmed that shit for like was going live from it, and that shit just looked amazing.
Yeah, I went there for the first Hatchet Attacks, and then I went there before I moved down here to Florida to see Tech Nine for the Asinine tour, and that was a phenomenal show.
Yo, the Prof show that went on there looked pretty fucking wild too.
Yeah, Prof is dope.
Yeah, I love Prof. He's fucking sick. He's definitely one of the best MCs out right now.
Yeah, and just like more mainstream. I remember the first time like one of my friends showed me like this song by him, and it's one of his goofy songs. That song had me laughing.
Yo, Bar Breaker. That was the first thing I ever heard from him. That shit was fucking nasty. The video for it was fucking hilarious. They were shooting like a bang bust in the video and shit.
Hell yeah. So we're actually going to get in and actually play some of your music.
All right.
So this first song we're going to play is like Beating Down Your Block. You want to tell people about this song?
Oh, that song came together fairly easy. Devereaux had been talking to Gates and fucking said he wanted to do some producing for us. So I hit him up and paid him a little bit of money, told him what I was trying to shoot for with it. And he sent me the beat for that. And I had it knocked out within probably about like a week. I held on to it for like 3-4 months until I could get a video shot for it before I dropped it though.
Oh yeah, Devereaux, shout outs to him. One of the most hottest producers out there in the game right now.
Yeah, he's definitely dope as shit.
I've been saying it once, and I'll say it many times. Devereaux is literally Mikey Clark's probably illegitimate son. Or he's just a prophet. He's a prophet of the legendary Mikey Clark. So yeah, we're about to rock out to Beating Down Your Block, y'all. Let's see. Come on. There we go.
I am Chichi.
Skip. Don't mind us rocking out, y'all.
Down your block, pack louder than the bass. Down in the bass. Beating down your block with that mask all on my face. Mask all on my face. Beating down your block, choppers hanging out the window. Smile on my face. Turn your wifey's in the widows. Turn your wifey's in the widows. Smile on my face. Turn your wifey's in the widows. The killers we what we do. We'll touch you with kitties and drink while you in a tub. I come from the city to see what love. When we selling the pill like a bloody gun. They don't get the case for no bloody club. So fuck what you thought it was. I'm holding your pockets, bitch, run it up. I'm the plug in that I can get you a buzz. Fucking trickle, I float you with floods. Spit you with sickles, they all in the blood. Just like a lotus, I roll from the mud. Rhyme me ass up, put stuff from the sun. Yeah, these taps on my fingers should tell you that. 22 years, y'all bang for that. So don't say it, guess cause I never laugh. That shotty swing out with your brains on his lap. I'm dousing your body and striking the match. Tossing my clothes, no DNA matches. Back to my house and your wife's on my mattress. I said the throat, that's a fatal attraction. Yeah. I said the throat, that's a fatal attraction. Yeah. Spit that bitch, so watch her bleed out his magic. Beating down your block, pack louder than the bass. Down in the bass. Beating down your block with that mask all on my face. Mask all on my face. Beating down your block, choppers hanging out the window. Smile on my face. Turn your wifey's in the widows. Turn your wifey's in the widows. Smile on my face. Turn your wifey's in the widows. If you laugh on the drama zone, only white spot on the block domino. Stairs trying to get squat, no Geronimo. I photo outside, I shoot it with a cannon. I call it blazing the field, no Madden. The only thing you ever cock is a pump fake. I put that pump in your face for your neighbor, your neighbors up in your waist. Damn, no, there's nobody that win in the case. Bitch, I've been in a race, set in the pace, stay in your place, so I'm pulling your ace with the razor like paper, the smile on your face, strength like a cool base. Yeah, K with a drum and a no face. You just separate the bitches from the man like a divorce case. Said the man, bitch, this is your fate, dissected on the floors of the crawl space.
Fuck yeah. And where can people hear this song if people want to hear it?
On every platform.
There you go. Which, if y'all wondering, all the links are down below. Hell yeah. Like, out of some of the people that you've worked with, like, who is on your bucket list, like, right now, that's got your attention, like, whether it's in the underground, who you would, like, really love to work with?
Sinister.
Yes.
I've been in communications with him lately because he curates some playlists and shit. And that, like, yeah, I would love to work with that man.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And then how would you describe, like, your writing process when it comes to, like, when you're writing? Like, I know a lot of people, sometimes they just chill and listen to beats. Sometimes they got to get a little lit or something, or maybe it might be something in their life.
I'll smoke whatever. Like, usually, look, I'll wait till everybody, like, I got insomnia. I can't sleep at night. So everybody, when I'm sitting around like 2 o'clock, my house gets dead quiet. I'll put the beat on my phone and catch the pace. Write my first, like, drop lines to the beat. than find like some crazy ass movie or something. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm ADHD as fuck. I'm gonna be doing 3-4 things at once. I'll be working on this song while I like watch a movie or something, like, you know what I'm saying? It all comes together usually.
Yeah, there's times where I'm like up late at night and I'll be like coming up with ideas for stuff and I'll be like messaging people and they'll be like, dude, what are you doing up? I'm like, I just came up with this awesome idea for something.
My buddy Knowledge, I was over at his house and he was like, I want to do a whole 5 to 10 track EP with you. You down? I was like, yeah. Dude, I went back to my house. I couldn't sleep the following night. It was like 5 in the morning and I was scrolling through beats on BeatStars, and I come across this beat that caught my attention, and it was like just real like mellow joint, something that you could just see yourself cruising around late night just smoking to.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this song called Rear View, and like, it's like a fucking melodic ass hook, and like, I would not allow myself to go to sleep until like I had to wait for everybody to wake up and leave the house so I could cut the studio on and lay down this hook and verse before I could go to sleep. I was like, I don't want to lose this cadence, not a bit. Like, yeah, I hit him up at like fucking, it was like 7 in the morning, sending him this shit like, hey, go listen to this.
Yep, that's usually me. Whether it's coming up with ideas for my show or just something, I'm like, hey, I came up with something. And they're like, dude, what are you doing this time of night? I'm like, process.
See, I got a couple homies that I know that are up late like I am. So when I'm up late writing and I just want to bounce a couple bars off somebody, I know who to hit up. My boy Boppo from Dead Canvas, he's a late night motherfucker like me. I can message him at like 2-3 in the morning and he'll hit me back.
Yeah, shout out to everyone at Dead Canvas. Those people are phenomenal, like artists. Like, holy shit.
Dude, they're the greatest sponsors I could ever ask for.
And that's one thing I love about this underground scene and Juggalo scene. There's just so much talent, like not just musical artists, like juggalos that like make their own product, their own clothing brands and shit. There's a lot of underground podcasts that are on like this and stuff. It's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I've been doing the Dumpster Baby review show with my boy Xander and Swope. That shit's been pretty fun.
Yeah, I watched that. That shit's entertaining.
There's always something going on.
Hell yeah. One of my favorite artists out there that's like really killing it right now, like, is definitely one of you, Cody Nansen. Whew.
Yeah. I fucks with Cody. I went down to his like the first time I seen him perform, I went down to his album release party. What that shit was nasty as shit. Me and actually Nia Picasso from Dead Canvas went down to go hang out with Eric and everybody and fucking enjoy that shit. And then not too long after that was actually when I was heading to Detroit to do the Sloan show. I was making like a whole big trip of it. I was going to SON's surprise birthday party. And when I got there, that was the first time me and Cody actually got to chop it up. We sat there for a minute, like shooting verses off each other and shit and hanging out. He's good people, so I fucks with him.
Oh, yeah. And if anyone's ever seen his live show, whoo.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's energetic as fuck. He is definitely one great performer.
And that's one thing I liked about the gathering last year is I got to see like a lot of the artists that I have connections with like start to get like the props they deserve, like playing the gathering. Like my dudes Wicked Wood this past gathering.
Hell yeah.
I've watched those dudes play parking lots at the gathering. I've watched them play the little small stage, second stage, and then this year they got to headline main stage. I'm like, that's a hustle, and that's hard work paying off.
That's my motherfucking peoples right there. I fucking love those guys. We got something in the mix right now.
Fuck yeah. And now the next song we're about to play is one of my other favorite songs by you, and that's the song Fight. So what's the info about this song that people
Fight Something?
Yep. Fight Something.
Well, I originally did it with Will Gates, but the beat I wasn't feeling the beat for it. I didn't own all the rights for it, and I felt I didn't do the hook and shit enough justice with it the first time. So I hit up Fams from fucking Fams and the Hooligans and had him produce the beat for me, and fucking me and Sleep Lyrical fucking just destroyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, shout-outs to Fans in the Hooligans. Those dudes have been blowing up, too.
Yeah. Dude, their stage show was fucking amazing also. I love doing shows with those guys.
Yeah, I definitely want to get them on the show.
That'd be dope.
Because that's one thing I've always loved about doing this show. Like the whole reason I started doing this show, because I like to promote people. I like to give back in return, basically. And I
know
like
my
to
bro Knowledge
promote
was
people.
mentioning to me earlier. If you ever wanted to get him on, he would definitely be down with it.
Definitely. So yeah, this song y'all about to hear is called Fight Something. This is like a very great song to mosh to. All right. Let's see.
Candy's in the chat typing the hook.
Fuck yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all can start like a live mosh pit in the chat right now.
That bass has got it muddy.
Yeah. God damn. I just love the pianos and the keyboard on that.
Yeah, I love what he did with that beat.
That's definitely something that could play in a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's like for many years, people have been saying like the horrorcore or wicked shit genre or whatever you want to call it has been dead. I'm like, nah, it's going strong. Like, there's a lot of these up and coming acts kept coming out. I'm like, y'all never heard of like Grim Smilezz or any of these up and coming acts? Come on now.
Motherfuckers be sleeping on shit. It's like they don't want to hear something fully until, like I'm saying, it starts to pop.
Exactly. And I think even Jay said the greatest thing, one of the things he said on No Jumper, he says, we got to start paying our way and start helping put out a lot of this younger generation that's very talented. And that's good to see someone like that mentioning that.
Right. Real fucking shit there. There's so much talent in the underground that just goes overlooked. Motherfuckers just don't pay too much mind of it. They're like, oh, they're juggalos. They can't do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing worth the substance.
Yeah, and I think even one of the greatest things I heard too is like when Lex the Hex Master, I watched him in an interview and he's like, yes, I have a painted face, but these days you have to show that there's talent behind that painted face.
Real shit. That's another collab I got in the works right now.
Yeah, he is very dope. His show is very dope live, and he reminds me of like a lot of he got that very East Coast sound that I like grown up on.
Yeah. Yeah, after I did my second grind mode cipher and they posted that, they dropped that shit or whatever, he hit me up on Instagram and was like, yo, he was like, I didn't see that grind mode cipher. He was like, that verse was fucking insane. He was like, why have we not worked yet? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't like reaching out to people. I feel as though if an artist wants to work with me, they're gonna hit me up. Like you just did. I was like, so now let's make something happen.
Hell yeah. I mean, Scum even told me, he's like, we all play our part in this like underground scene. He's like, there's the artists and then there's the people and the podcasters that allow us to come on their show and help promote us and stuff.
Right. Without, you know what I'm saying? Look, y'all play a major role in that shit. Like, y'all help us get our faces in front of these people. Like, there's probably cats right now, like that dude AJ that's in the chat. He had never heard of me until now.
Exactly. And that's one thing I've always liked doing in the show. Like, there may be some artists on the show that no one's ever heard of, and then they end up becoming a fan because of it. I think that's dope.
Definitely.
I've just always loved, like, spreading that good karma. That's why I'm known as, like, the karma millionaire in the community. I just help people put on, and I ask for nothing else in return.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, we'll even have, like, we have variety guests. We'll have up-and-coming people. We'll probably even have people that no one's heard of. And then we have people that no one's have on here. Like, we've had the legendary, the fathers of horrorcore on here. Flatline is on this show. That's crazy.
Yo, Flatliners are dope as fuck.
Like, I tell people, if you know your true horrorcore history, look those dudes up. They were the first to coin that term.
Yeah, those motherfuckers are dope.
Yeah, so if you ever get the chance, watch that interview. It's so dope.
Bet. Definitely gonna check that out.
You know, like Brother Lynch Hung, that dude is so whew.
Yeah, I like Brother Lynch's music. I mean, I just don't like some of his business practices, like how he screwed my boy Keegan on that art. I don't like that.
Yeah. Let's see. We're probably going to go ahead and play one more song, and then we'll probably wrap this up.
All right.
And this song is really dope. Of course, this song is called You Ain't, featuring Strife, my boy Strife.
There's a video for that in the works right now that he's editing.
So, yeah, tell people about this track.
Oh, fucking, we got to talking when I premiered the Beating Down Your Block video. I premiered that in MUJ's Trash or Fire, and Devereaux and Strife were the guests. And Strife hit me up after that. And we, you know what I'm saying, just talked every so often. And then after the gathering and shit, he was like, do you want to get together and do a song? I was like, yeah. I was like, let's definitely knock something out. It was the gathering right after COVID shit. We talked about, we set it all up, and we were trying to shoot the video at this past gathering, but schedules didn't line up right. We ended up getting it together, though. They just came out and he was just doing that Ouija tour. We got to perform You Ain't live. That shit was great.
Yeah, Strife is another one of those like up and coming acts that is just phenomenal that people need to know about. Like that dude's about to be a rock star.
Oh yeah, he is.
We've had him on the show quite a few times. Like me and him could like talk anime and wrestling for hours.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is You Ain't Grim Smilezz featuring Strife. Yeah. Let's see. Very great, bro.
Yeah, we got to talking about doing something, and then I put together that hook and fucking the verse and fucking without the screams because that came after the fact. I hit up Strife and I sent him the hook and the verse, and he was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this for? This is fucking awesome." And I was like, "This is what I want you on." He was like, "Oh fuck yeah." He was like, "I'll write this tonight." He had it back to me in like a week, and then I was thinking about what I wanted to do with it. Like I was like, man, I want some more hype shit to it. So I hit up my bro Steven James out Texas and had him do the fucking metal ass screams in that back on the hook. Man, that boy his metal vocals are insane.
Hell yeah. And yeah, if you guys just want to know where you can find Grim Smilezz, there's links down in his description, of course, in this video. Of course, here on the Hours of Chaos podcast, we always promote this, and a lot of our guests even promote this. # Underground Unity, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Because there are those who keep trying to divide this shit. No, fuck that. We need to help uplift each other.
Real shit. There's a lot of division in this motherfucking scene. It's hard trying to navigate with not picking, you know what I'm saying, without picking. And that's what I've been doing. And it becomes a headache sometimes.
And I always tell people, you should be able to work with whoever you want to, regardless of what camp they're on. Fuck it.
Exactly.
And yeah, before we let you go, do you want to give any shout outs? Of course, also can your boy and get a shout out as well.
Oh yeah. I want to shout out, you know what I'm saying? Fucking shout out all the people in the chat right now that's been, you know what I'm saying, going off all night. Fucking, you know what I'm saying, Candy, Knowledge, fucking Woody, fucking AJ, everybody out there. I see Reeves out there, everybody, all them. And a big shout out to the homie Don Chaos over at the Hours of Chaos for having me on this bitch.
Hell yeah, and you're always welcome on the back on the show anytime, bro. If you ever have anything that you're working on and you want to come on and promote it, just let me know and I'll book a spot for you.
Also, 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, the video for Dripping Down My Face, which I've now decided to call Dripping, drops tomorrow. And, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be doing the Dumpster Baby review show tomorrow night instead of Saturday because we all got shows. So we'll probably also play it again during that shit if you didn't get a chance to catch it beforehand.
Hell yeah. And for those who don't know, since I mentioned earlier, for those that don't know about the Catacombs, tell them about the Catacombs.
Oh, yeah. The Catacombs is a great-ass fucking group. You know what I'm saying? It's put together by the homie Cam. Like, he's fucking, you know what I'm saying, trying to unite, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody in the underground and promote, you know what I'm saying, cats like me, you know what I'm saying, like Doc Gruesome and other motherfuckers that are, you know what I'm saying, coming up, like, and trying to push and really push. Motherfuckers that are actually dedicated to this shit, like Diabolic the Monster and all that shit, and everybody.
Hell yeah. And if there's anyone you would like to be on the show, bro, just have them hit me up.
Bet.
Well, you definitely have a great night, bro.
You too, bro.
Later. Hell yeah. That was Grim Smilezz, y'all. Yeah. I want to see it in the chat, y'all. Hashtag Underground Unity. That's what we all about here. Again, I'm down to do collab projects with people. Like if you guys are artists and you want to do a Don Chaos design, just hit me up. Like again, linked down in the description, go peep out the first collaborative art piece that your boy and 482 did. He does very dope artwork. Of course, me and him just recently did a collab art project to where you guys can get that new Don Chaos logo. Let's show the bigger image of it. And you can get this in the link of this video. So go get yourself some Don Chaos drip. If you do videos, do a video of you unboxing your Don Chaos Carnival Spirits drip. And if you do, send your boy a pic. And I want to make like a video slideshow and try to add music to it. But yes, there's the newest Don Chaos art piece done by 482, our little collab art piece that we did. You can get this in 3 different colors in the links down below. So go do it, as well as where you can get other Don Chaos swag and drip. There's also links to our guest, Grim Smilezz, all his social medias, where you can hear his music, where you can follow him on social media, as well as his storefront here to where you can get yourself some Grim Smilezz swag. Drip! Exactly. Hashtag Underground Unity. Let's promote that. I do look sus in blue. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But blue's my favorite color. I'm a Smurf. What do you expect? So yeah, to anyone, if this was your first time viewing the Hours of Chaos podcast, we hope you guys come back soon, because this is the show that is dedication to the underground and juggalo scene, where we also help put on up-and-coming acts in this scene, well-known acts, and then we pay homage to acts that have been in this scene for a while, like some of the forefathers of this shit, the Flatliners, the legendary Flatliners. We've had them on the shit. Don't say you know the history of horrorcore or this dark hip-hop and you don't know who Flatliners is. What is wrong with you? And yeah, again, go get yourself some Don Chaos drip and send your boy a pic. Follow Grim Smilezz on all his social medias. Follow your boy on his social medias down below. Down where? Down there. And links to Lady Chaos, my other half, my better half, my eternal loves, her social medias as well. Follow her on all her social medias. If you guys want to join the Cult of Chaos Discord, there's links to that, as well as my lady's Discord. No, I'm going to start doing a thing on my Discord. Usually, we're going to start doing a thing on the Discord now, exclusively to where we have listening parties. So whenever a new release or album or anything comes out from an artist, we are going to bring back listening parties, but we are going to do it in Discord, in the Cult of Chaos Discord. And we are going to be doing that. We will be listening to stuff as it comes out and live react to it. I think that's cool. You know, we're also probably even going to we've been discussing about even doing movie night in Discord. We will definitely have like listening parties and whatnot in the Discord, in the Cult of Chaos Discord, because you know, Cult of Chaos for life. Yeah. So let's get into some news topics, and then we are going to go ahead and get out of here, because then your boy is going to go get some food to eat. And then me and the missus are going to finish watching The Godfather, because she's never seen The Godfather. She's finally watching The Godfather for the first time. So without spoiling it, just let the missus know that Godfather is a certified classic. So yeah, let's get into some news topics. Make sure you guys go check out that new Darby O'Trill music video called Ant Covered Body on Alligator Alley. Go check out that video. Very dope. Shout outs to Darby. No, representing the Swamp Society. Shouts to the Swamp Society. You know, the Swampalos down here in Florida. Darby putting it on for the Juggalos, the Swampalos down here in Florida. Yeah. And shouts to Dev, who is one of the hottest producers out there in the game right now. If you guys don't know about Grim Smilezz, hopefully you found out about him through this show tonight. Lady Chaos has definitely become a fan of Grim Smilezz for the songs I've had her listen to. So yeah, let's get into some other news. Of course, shout outs to Blind Death Clothing, one of my favorite clothing brands. Shouts to Blind Death Clothing. Somewhere down the line, I would be down to have the creator of Blind Death Clothing on the show. And that's one of the other collab clothing projects I want to do, is I want to do a Don Chaos Blind Death Clothing drop with them, because Blind Death Clothing, y'all, it's a very great clothing company. Shout outs to them. as you can see, we have Doc Gruesome repping Blind Death Clothing, as well as Smilezz 1. Another track you guys gotta hear when it comes out is Bonebreaker, which features Donnie Menace as well as Gibby Stites. Check that out. Also, up-and-coming show. There's an up-and-coming show down here in Florida that you guys are not going to want to miss. And that is this. No, that's not it. But yes, check out this show, Blaze, Boondocks, and Buckshot. It's in Kent, Ohio. Pretty dope lineup, you ask me. All right, there's the flyer for the show. But yes, for any of the Swampolos or Juggalos down here in Florida, there's this show going down, and you're not going to want to miss because more acts are going to be announced for this show down here in Florida. That is Blaze ABK Up and Close personal show with performances, of course, by my dude Cody Manson. And it's limited to 80 people. So this looks like a dope lineup. I think more acts are going to be announced. So fuck yeah. Again, y'all ain't seen Blaze or ABK live. Y'all are missing out. If you ain't seen Cody Manson live, you need to, try Fly. Try Fly for no life. Gang, gang. Yeah. Grim, if you're still in the chat, yes, Grim, when I can get that annual event that I want to start doing, the Karma Fest, I would definitely love to have you come perform there. Most definitely. Fuck yeah. So yeah. What else do we have? Your boy's gonna start trying to host more events down here. That's one thing Scum told me I need to do down here in Florida is revitalize the underground scene down here. And that's what I'm gonna do. I can't do it by myself. We all got to do this together. This is why we promote #UndergroundUnity. But yeah. Another show that you guys are going to want to check out is at the Whiskey A Go-Go, DJ Paul, because DJ Paul is actually on tour. So go check out the show. If you've ever seen DJ Paul live, he's very dope live. Very dope. I've lost count how many times I've seen DJ Paul, but DJ Paul, Mafia, 3-6 Mafia, 666 Mafia. Very dope. He is performing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. One of the openers there is Chapter 17's newest edition, Hex. Chapter 17. We in this piece. So, if you're in the area, go check it out. If you've ever seen footage or if you've ever seen Hex live, he's very dope live. Even if you haven't, either look up footage of his live performance or actually go to the man's live performance. C17, y'all. #WeAreAllThePages. Yeah. And now we are going to showcase some dope artwork tonight. And some dope artwork is by 4A2, a dope piece that he's done for the Monstar crew, the Monstar Entertainment crew. We're going to showcase that. Look at that dopeness, y'all. Look at that dopeness. I'm definitely going to rock that. That would make a dope flag. So yeah, that is a dope art piece. And that's one thing we're going to start showcasing here on the Hours of Chaos podcast is we're going to start showcasing like people's art pieces, like call it art gallery show with Don Chaos or something. But yeah, God, look at that art piece, y'all. If y'all don't know about you just don't, y'all need to know about his shit. Just check him out. He's got dope art piece. We did a collab project on that logo you see right up there. Yeah. And here's another dope art piece released by the homie Lakeland Lunacy. Yeah, shouts to Lakeland Lunacy. You know, he does so much dope artwork. He's done artwork for your boy, as well as other people in the YJC. He's even done artwork for people in the underground, like the artwork that you guys seen for Project Born's release that they dropped on Halloween last year. That was my dude Lakeland Lunacy's artwork that he did, that he provided for him. That's dope. He recently did a new piece that is phenomenal. Once again, Lakeland always has very dope artwork. If you guys haven't seen, we have had an actual in-person interview with the one and only Lakeland Lunacy here at the crib for a very special episode of Hours of Chaos podcast. We've interviewed him in person here in the crib, which is something we're going to try doing here on the Hours of Chaos podcast too, is we're going to try to bring our guests into the crib, into the chaos lair, you might say. And we just will conduct interviews and smoke all that stuff and just have a laid back, chill interview, like always. Anywho, here is another dope art piece that Lakeland has recently done. That, y'all, is fresh. I would definitely rock that into a shirt and a hoodie. Fuck yeah. I would even get a printout, figure out what size Violent J wears, and I would send him one myself. Fuck yeah. This is dope. This is what I've been saying. Psychopathic and a lot of you other acts out there, you need to hire Lakeland Lunacy to do some dope artwork for you, y'all. This is dope. What is some other news that we can touch on? Oh yeah, you have the Holiday Massacre show going on. You have Razakal performing this show. My homie Chuckles, the one and only Smalls One, performing this show, as well as many other dope acts performing this show. You know, get out, support the underground unity, because like we said earlier, there is talent in this underground scene. There is talent here. You just gotta look for it. There's a lot of talent and a lot of slept on talent in this. Grim Smilezz, y'all need to check him out. He's going places, and I'm going to be there rocking the stage with him whenever he comes to town and perform. I will be there on stage hyping up the crowd with him with y'all. We're going to have a great show. But I do want to start hosting events. That's what I want to do. It's one of the things I want to do. Because I have a passion for this underground juggalo scene. I've been into this since I was 7, 8, or 9 years old. And now I'm 32. So quite a long time. Yep. Yeah. We're definitely going to get probably a couch in here. Hell yeah. That's dope. Fuck yeah. So yeah. Again, peep the links down in the description for our guests, as well as your boys' social medias. And definitely peep the links to Lady Chaos's social medias. Oh, you're putting together a festival this summer? Well, if you need people to help host that night, and you want me to host some of that night or just hype up the crowd and pay to have me come out there in Michigan to do that, I'm sure me and the missus would be down to do that. Because, yeah, we all about to live our dreams, y'all, doing what we love. Fuck yeah. All right. I definitely will, or have them hit me up. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. You know, like, subscribe, thumbs up this video, share this all over social media. Hopefully, if this was your first time viewing the show, we hope to see you back here more, because this show is literally dedicated to the underground and the juggalo scene that we know and love. Hashtag underground unity, y'all. Hell yeah. So yeah, you guys already know who I am. I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO. The Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, someone needs to say it. Someone. Anywho. Yeah. Don Chaos here, signing out. You guys are awesome. Yeah. I'm going to go eat some food. And yeah, me and the missus are going to watch more of The Godfather. Later, y'all. Deuces.